Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Crimes, Killers, Cults,
and Beer.
And beer! I'm sorry, I'm still in Killdozer mode. but you know what? We can honestly say with 100% certainty that this is episode 21.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And the reason being is because the Elephant in the Room episode, the Joseph Paul Franklin episode, it is dead.
Yes.
D-E-D, dead.
Due to technical difficulties.
So, but luckily, you know, we're going to re-record it at some point, and
yeah, you're still going to get to hear it.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, we're not going to do it like right away, but what happened initially is some things got lost when when I sent my file to him, we lost some of it somehow. There was a glitch. Something.
Yep.
So we re-recorded the part of mine that got lost. We apparently didn't record enough. So
part of your file was missing. I don't know if that was like a glitch in the email, in the save, in whatever. But yeah, dude, there was like almost 30 minutes of your file missing.
Right. So luckily, I still have my notes from that. I started saving the notes after about the 4th episode that we did. So, I figured, we might use them. People might want that shit. Do a little giveaway for them. I mean, people like shit from their favorite podcast. So it's like, hey. And since my notes tend to be, the subject of jokes here, people might want to have them.
Yeah, hey, you got them more organized this time, right?
Oh, yeah. This one is actually...
no, not this one. I mean, you're going to organize your JPF files a little bit better, right? Notes, your notes. Because you were reading off 3 different sets of notes, and that's where it got confusing.
You're right about that. Okay, I might want to redo my notes.
On top of us being, completely friggin' hammered.
Yeah, that was the night when we did, 2 digression episodes before we did that one, wasn't it?
Oh, did we? No?
I think so. Or was that BTK?
Yeah, we might have. I don't remember now. It's been so long. My lazy ass been putting it off for so long. I don't even know what happened.
But anyway, this is episode 21, and we are covering the Satanic Panic, and how heavy metal music was persecuted and blamed for Satanism and all that stuff that was supposedly running rampant and everything. I don't know what the hell I'm going to... That's too long of a title for the episode.
Yes. It is. That's way too long. You got to condense that.
Yeah, I'll come up with something. But this is just something that we've thought about doing. We've been toying with this idea for a while, especially. And our Norwegian black metal episode, that one's doing rather well. I think it's number 5 most downloaded, but it's gaining. It'll probably be the 4th most downloaded here before too long.
Right on.
So we're
and we are metalheads too, so
yeah.
It seems appropriate.
Okay. The black metal episode was well received, so we're gonna, so we figured we'll do the Satanic Panic as it pertains to metal.
Yes.
So, yeah, and it's good stories here. So this is going to be a lot like our Flat Earth episode, where we just kind of we're just kind of spitballing stuff, like a whole collection of little things and everything. But that went well with the Flat Earth episode.
I think so. It worked.
Yeah, that episode was fun. And so, anyway, before we get started, I got a question.
All right.
What do you think it would take to get Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson of the surviving members of Rush to get back on a stage?
Oh! I know the answer to this because I saw it. The South Park 25th anniversary show.
Yeah,
concert, whatever. Yeah, the concert, dude. I haven't seen it all yet. I saw that part, I think, on TikTok, and I was just like, nuh-uh.
Yeah, I never thought... first of all, I thought they were done. I really did. I thought they weren't going to do anything else after Neil Peart died. But I was glad to see them. Geddy sounded great. And it was awesome. But if I didn't know about it, and if you didn't know about it, do you think
I would have never thought that? No, never, ever would I have thought that.
Yeah, because that's their first appearance on stage, together as Rush since Neil Peart died.
Is it? Wow. And
as far as I know.
And especially the way they make fun of Canadians all the time.
Yeah. Well, they had it was
with
the
their
concert
beady
was
little
at
eyes and flappy heads.
And Geddy Lee had some big old huge beaker nose too on top of the flappy head.
Yes, that was great. Anyway, spoiler alert. Sorry, everybody, in case you haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. But they even had Rush's logo up. It was at Red Rocks, and they had Rush's logo up on the rocks and everything. So it was an official Rush appearance. That was Rush.
That was
it was
awesome.
Rush with Primus's drummer and with Les Claypool on bass, along with Geddy Lee.
Yeah. Two basses. Two of the best bass players and pretty much ever.
And Les Claypool said, "This is one of the greatest nights of my entire life, getting to share the stage with these two."
I could imagine. I mean, he is a huge Rush fan, so I could imagine that would be amazing for him.
And for and just for I mean, it's arguable who's the better bass player between the two. I don't think there's any answer to that question.
No, you can't really answer that question. That's
they're both.
I mean,
they're both
without starting a fight. You can't answer that question without starting a fight.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I mean, it's entirely different styles, but they're both ridiculously talented.
Oh yeah, dude, Primus is even doing Rush tribute shows.
Yeah, the song they did was Closer to the Heart. And then toward the end, and dude, Les Claypool has a vocal range on him.
He does. He just does that goofy voice for Primus because it fits with the music. But he can really sing.
Yeah, but the high note and the first high note in Closer to the Heart, Geddy Lee didn't hit it. So the one toward the end of the song, Les did it. And I was like, holy crap, where did that come from?
Well, he's probably been doing it more than Geddy has lately.
Well, that's true. But then at the very end of the song when they're going closer to the heart, as it's going out, Les Claypool goes closer to South Park.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that whole show. I watched the entire thing. It's on Paramount Plus. I watched it today, and it was awesome. But anyway, but I digress.
Yes, we started out with a digression. That's pretty bad. Well, no, that seems to be the norm lately.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing. We do a little icebreaker, banter back and forth to just to set the mood. And actually, I mean, Rush was included in some of these, like these people who were being demonized and everything during the 80s
because of the star on their album cover.
The star, yeah, it
was right side up. So who cares?
Yeah, that's a Wiccan symbol, not a satanic symbol.
Yeah, anyway.
I don't know.
It's just a star. Anyway. Sometimes a star is just a star.
But it's got the naked man in front of it. Oh, no.
Yeah, well, there is that, but still, Anyway.
So, my sources for this were heavyblogisheavy.com, and they have an article called America's War on Heavy Metal in the 80s. And also Kerrang.com, Ozzy, Suicide Solution Controversy and what the song actually means. Yeah. And I also used Wikipedia for some things. So those are my three main sources. And I mainly used Wikipedia for the Filthy 15, which we'll get to. The majority of it came from those other two.
Right on.
The Satanic Panic was over 12,000
unsubstantiated?
That's it. God. That was bad.
Yeah. Try
Cases
again.
of ritual. Okay, it was Satan. This is the first line in my notes. God damn it, we're off to a lovely start here.
Right.
So the Satanic Panic was over 12,000. What's the word?
Unsubstantiated
cases of satanic ritual abuse.
And there we go.
So it started in the 80s and it ran through the late 90s. But in other ways, it's still going on today. Believe it or not, it still is. And it's just wearing a different costume, and we'll get there.
Yes.
So it originated in 1980 when the book Michelle Remembers was published. It was written by Lawrence Pastor and his future wife, Michelle Smith. Michelle was a patient of his, and he was a Canadian psychiatrist. Oh, good. So we get to blame Canada about the freaking satanic panic.
Oh, here we go.
So, but he hypnotized Michelle, and she remembered, had air quotes, remembered all kinds of satanic abuse that she was subjected to as a child.
Oh, I see.
The book went viral. Well, it became a bestseller, and pretty soon, parents, teachers, and everything all over the United States were being accused of satanic rituals on their kids. Lives were ruined. Some people were even thrown in prison and everything. But how many cases of actual satanic abuse were actually proven?
Oh, none.
Take a guess. Ding, 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 ding.
I know. I remember. I was there.
Yeah. So, but a lot of people. There's a lot of speculation that Pastor and Michelle, they just came up with the whole thing as a farce, just to sell a book.
Yeah. Well, everybody wants their 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, they got a lot more than 15 minutes, unfortunately.
Yep.
So, before too long, Satan was everywhere. People were accusing their neighbors, family, coworkers, etc., and it was all bullshit. I mean, it's basically a modern-day witch hunt, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. It was like the Salem witch trials all over again. And it really was.
Oddly enough, there is a Church of Satan in Salem, Massachusetts.
That's kind of funny,
right? Just little random side
kind of
note
ironic.
There.
It's kind of ironic. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, I just found out myself recently. I didn't really do much prep for this episode because I know Bill does good work, so I'm just going to follow along. But I know what we're talking about because I am old enough to know because I was there when it happened. Or,
right,
I wasn't there, but I was alive when it happened, and it was news stories. You heard about it all the time.
Yeah, you couldn't escape it. It was on the news every night. Like Nightline. Geraldo Rivera did. He did that whole special about it, which we'll get to. Kenny Copeland, our buddy.
Oh yeah.
And it even found. The satanic panic even found its way into the halls of Congress.
Yeah.
And the most popular scapegoat? Take a guess.
Heavy metal music.
And Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah, D&D. I forgot about D&D.
Yeah, I mean, I never played D&D, but... What? Hold on.
Yep.
Come in. Hey guys, it's Flat Earth Frank.
Oh God, who let him in? Where'd he come from?
I heard that you guys were talking about the persecution of the heavy metal bands back in the 80s during the Satanic Panic. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say that, we have, as flat earthers, we have a lot in common with the heavy metal people from back then, because we're getting all the persecutions for trying to spread the truth.
Hey, no, dude. You don't get to lump yourself in with that because you're not being persecuted. No. You're just stupid.
that's hurtful, man. See, this is the persecution that we're talking about here. Go snort a line of marijuana and forget where I live.
Absolutely.
Did I just say snort a line of marijuana?
You did, and that's perfect because that's exactly what a dumb flat earther would do.
Oh God, I didn't expect to see him.
I know, right? He's like a bad rash. He just shows up.
And who the hell is leaking this information?
I don't know.
How did he find out that we're doing these?
I don't know. You might want to check your bunker. He might have like a bug planet or something if he's smart enough to do that.
He could.
It's either that or he just hangs outside and listens to what you're talking about.
Yeah, he knows when we record.
Yeah.
And so he just like, I wonder if there's something. I wonder if there's something that, he hears something that he can interject Flat Earth into, so that he just comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I locked the door. Well, he knocked. I told him to come in. I wasn't expecting it to be him.
I know, right?
Expecting it to be him.
Right? Nobody expects Flat Earth Frank.
Oh, my God.
Next time, hey, dude, if he busts in again, tell him to go walk and find the fucking edge and come back when he's found it.
Go say that again?
I said, if he knocks on the door and tries to come in again or whatever, tell him to fuck off and go find the edge of the earth and come back when he's found it, because I want proof. If they think the earth is flat, find me proof, bitch.
Or jump off of it.
Well, that too. But he's got to fucking take a picture of it. He's got to take a picture of the actual edge and
they won't let you near it. They won't let you near it. I thought you left.
Go find the fucking edge and jump off it then. Bye.
I was hiding behind your Marshall stack.
What an ass.
Oh God.
Anyway,
get out, Flat Earth Frank.
Go find the edge of the earth.
Fine. Go find the edge of the earth and jump off of it. But before you jump off of it, just take a picture with your phone and email it to me at billzillaprod@gmail.com.
Yeah, I want proof. If you send me proof that the earth is flat, I will take back everything I've said about you.
Yep. Me too. So, goodbye, Frank.
Bye.
Bye, man. Freaking Flat Earth Frank.
Flat Earth Frank, dude. Who the fuck invited him?
Anyway, D&D. There were several suicides. Yeah, several suicides by D&D players and by heavy metal fans. They kind of spearheaded these two separate things to the forefront of the hysteria.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some murders too that were attributed to Satanism. In 1984, 17-year-old drug dealer / Satanist Ricky Cazzo murdered his friend Gary Lawyers in the woods of Newport, New York. He was stabbed 36 times, and two of Cazzo's friends said that he told him to say that he loved Satan. He didn't, and then Cazzo killed him.
Wow.
And then afterwards, he would bring all of his friends out to see the body, and then tell him that it was Satan that told him to kill Gary, and he was arrested. And he was wearing an AC/DC shirt when he was arrested, so the media rushed to blame the band. And it wasn't too long before Ozzy and Judas Priest were being blamed as well.
Dude, AC/DC doesn't have any songs that talk about. Well, okay, maybe that one. Never mind.
We'll get there. I have something about that later.
I know. Well, that's why I stopped. But yeah.
But it was also the popularity of Anton LaVey's Church of Satan.
Yes.
And as well as serial killers like Richard Ramirez and Richard Chase, and their dark. What is it with serial killers being named Richard?
I don't know. Because they're dicks.
They are dicks. Perfect. God, that was good.
Yes.
So, Richard Ramirez even made victims swear to Satan, and he had a pentagram on his hand when he was in court, and he actually wrote on the wall, "Jack the Knife." And, Yeah, and we covered all that in our Richard Ramirez episode. And then, of course, Charles Manson. So, enter the Geraldo documentary, Devil Worship, Exposing Satan's Underground. And it depicted metalheads as blood-drinking Satanists, and it started listing all sorts of crimes of young people who liked heavy metal.
Yeah. Because that was all of us back then.
Yeah, that's all we do. All we did was like drink each other's blood, worship Satan, and listen to heavy metal music.
Yeah, that was it. That was pretty much my teenage years.
Yep, that's it. Mm-hmm. So
what a crock of shit.
Yeah. So Thomas Sullivan, a 14-year-old who stabbed his mother to death, loved Black Sabbath. So Geraldo on there interviews Ozzy, and then he actually blamed Ozzy for it, and he cut Ozzy off before he was able to give any type of rebuttal. But Ozzy did manage to say, "I wasn't responsible for this."
Yeah,
you know, he's like, and he wasn't. I mean, Ozzy, his brain is fried. He's always been a pretty big weirdo, and he writes some songs about some dark themes and everything.
Yeah,
but evil. I mean, the whole thing about these bands wanting their members to, wanting their fans to kill themselves is just stupid. If I have a lawn care business, I don't want my customers to kill themselves.
Exactly.
So
yeah, I mean, dude, that's just common sense. Yeah, I mean, fuck yeah. If you're in a band, yeah, you want your fans to kill themselves, then you don't have any fans anymore. Come on, dude, that's just ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, it is, and it's just it just makes no sense. But that documentary is on YouTube, and it's just fear mongering. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just like, and how they got such a bug up their ass for heavy metal. It's baffling. And why this even came up, it's like, okay, the book, Michelle Remembers, that comes out, and then everybody's just like, oh my God, it must be a real thing, blah, 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 blah. I remember one time, years ago, there was one of these memes that came up on one of these, like, motivational Facebook pages or whatever, and it had a picture of a guy, like, all like demonized and all that stuff, and it's like this is what your children see when you're drinking. This is how your children see you when you're drinking. And then all of a sudden, it's just like there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments like, oh yeah, that is so true, and blah blah blah. Everybody who drinks, they don't realize what they're doing. I was like, really? It's like that was like on a smaller scale, the same thing that happened with the Satanic Panic. Somebody plants an idea in weak-minded people's heads, and they just go with it.
They just run with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's in black and white. It must be the truth.
I saw it on the internet. It has to be true.
Yeah. Well, the internet wasn't around in 1980, but still, I mean, it was the same thing. The media, Geraldo Rivera and all them, they were stroking the flames just like these people that put together these stupid memes and everything, and then people are just like, oh, that is so true.
Yep.
I mean, I asked my daughter recently. I'm like, I told her about that. I said, what do you, it's like when I'm having some beers around you, I mean, does that scare you? She's like, no, you talk more. It's like,
oh, yeah,
get a few beers in me. You can't shut me up. That's why I started a podcast.
Right? Poor upbringing. Fuck. I'm drawing a blank here. Like mental illness, or he had a shitty childhood, and it just nature versus nurture, basically, kind of a thing.
Right. That's true too, but that's more a court thing. When a defense attorney is trying to get his guilty client off, so he's got to make everybody feel, make the court feel sorry for his client. But some of the, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Okay, was the blues blamed for people like Albert Fish doing what he did? Albert Fish was a sick son of a bitch that liked to kill kids, and he was a freak too that liked to stick needles in his groin and stuff.
Anyway,
but he loved the blues. Was that B.B. King's fault that he did that shit?
No, because I don't know. I mean, dude, there's actually more fucking more actual. I mean, they're like myths or legends or whatever. Like Robert Johnson going to the crossroads and selling his soul to the devil.
Right.
Nobody says Ozzy went to the crossroads and sold his soul to the devil. He just made these kids kill themselves or whatever, But I mean, there's actually a story of a blues musician selling his soul to the devil, but he's not satanic at all.
Right. Yeah, it's not even brought up. Nobody wants to blame the blues. I mean, and we're going to cover Albert Fish, I'm sure, at some point. I mean, he's a heavy hitter, and people kind of, go away from the heavy hitters. So we'll save the heavy hitters until we build our audience and get really big. Then we'll start doing the heavy hitters again. But was jazz blamed as the reason for the New Orleans axe murderer? Which a case that is still to this day unsolved?
Probably not.
He went around, he would send out messages, he would like taunt the police and the newspaper saying, look, I'm going to be out tonight, and he's like making himself out to be this demon, and he's going to, he's like, you tell the media that on Tuesday night or whatever, every house that has a band playing jazz will be spared. It's kind of like putting the blood, on Passover, except it was jazz. So you had everybody. Some people had bands. Some people had, their record players and everything cranked up and everything. That would have been a fun ass night to be in New Orleans, I think.
Yeah, right. Everybody's playing jazz,
but nobody blames jazz. So,
but see though, here's the thing though.
He claimed to be a demon. He claimed that he was a demon.
Oh, well, there you go. If anything, that should have been a fucking dead giveaway.
Yeah, so nobody blames jazz for that.
Well, it's because, I mean, and this is just something that just popped into my head right now. Like blues and jazz and all that stuff. That's the stuff that, how to put it, like even the kids in that day liked it, but their parents liked it, so there couldn't be anything wrong with it. Parents hated heavy metal no matter what, dude, because it was just loud, fast, and obnoxious.
Yeah, you're right.
So, of course, they're going to blame it because they don't like it. It's somewhere to point a finger at something they don't like.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I just had that thought. I mean, it is whatever it is. But, yeah, I mean,
But, so that, you just answered the question. But, so why metal? It's scary. They wear black. Well, some of them wear like neon, but they have dark lyrics and everything. But the lyrics, for the most part, are no darker than a horror movie.
No.
I'm sure that Geraldo Rivera doesn't like metal, but I bet he's got a soft spot for some of the slasher films of the '80s. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. He might, but he just doesn't seem the type to me.
To like horror movies?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, he might. I have no idea. I don't know the guy. But just from what I've seen of him, like the shows he did, being on the, everything that he's done, like TV-wise and all that shit, dude, he just does not seem the type that would go see a horror movie. He's more like The Notebook or...
Okay.
He definitely strikes me as like a romance or I don't want to say rom-com, but probably like a rom-com kind of guy.
I can see that. I actually can see that, but Yeah, but
Well,
I
dude,
bet
I don't
that he
know,
has. I bet that he has some quirks that would like freak out 90% of the population.
Oh, I'm sure he does, dude.
He's
It's always the
definitely
ones you
got a
least
screw
expect.
loose. He's definitely got a screw loose.
Yeah, we won't even mention Al Capone's vaults. Oh wait, I just did.
Oh man!
If you're old enough to get that, you get it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but the movies, movies show graphic murders and torture and rape and everything, but but metal gets singled out for being scary.
Yeah, well, it wasn't such a part of this, but later on they started blaming movies and then video games and stuff for a lot of shit too. So,
That's true, but not to the degree.
but yeah, it wasn't. It was not the witch hunt that this was.
They're not hauling movie producers and video game creators into court
That we know of, anyway.
that we know of. So in 1985, song lyrics were literally put on trial. Literally.
Yeah.
James Vance, 20-year-old, and Raymond Belknap, 18, they were partying. They're these stoner, drunk metalheads and everything. And they're like the coolest and everything. They like to go party at a playground in the middle of the night. And
I'm not gonna lie.
I say it.
I've done that a time or two myself. So
I have too. So I can't really judge them too hard about it because we've all done that, especially before we turned 21 and we couldn't get into the bars.
yes, well, that's all we had. That or some fucking abandoned street. Like, dude, all these things are like just the setup of a fucking really bad horror film. The shit that we used to do.
Oh, no kidding. But instead they took their little party to the next level, and they just decided to sue themselves or sue
themselves?
I wish they had sued themselves.
I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like my kind of party.
No, well, shooting themselves doesn't sound like my kind of party either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not my thing neither.
No, but my guess is that they did some, they had dropped acid and had a bad trip. That's my that's just what I think. There was nothing said about that and everything, and it's just like they were just drunk and high. It didn't say what they were high on. So you're not going to smoke a joint and be like, you know what, hey man, let's kill ourselves.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't work that way.
No, I think they were on acid and everything, and they just had guns out there because they're like young and stupid. Oh, look at my gun and everything. One of them hallucinated a fucking spider on the other one's face, and he shot him. Boom! And oh shit, I better kill myself too. Bam!
I don't know, dude. Could be, but I don't know, bro. That's.
I don't know. I don't
even
like
on acid, dude. Unless you're having like a really bad fucking trip. Even on acid, dude. Dude, when I did it back in the day, dude, it was just like, dude, look at all these colors, dude.
See,
like
I've never dropped acid.
Every color was just like so vibrant and rich and just amazing. I couldn't even imagine doing anything but just sitting there and staring at these beautiful colors. And it wasn't like hallucinations, dude. I never had any like hallucinations, dude. It's just, everything was just like really vibrant. And I had a great time, dude. But I suppose if you get into a bad headspace and when you're on acid, dude, I can see weird shit happening like that. Yeah.
But I've never dropped acid, and it's something that I've always wanted to try, but I'm afraid to. And the reason I'm afraid to is because I analyze the fuck out of everything.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking Virgo, and by the way, Virgo season starts today. Yay, Virgo! But I analyze everything. I have a feeling that if I were to drop acid, my fucking analytical mind would try to, I wouldn't have a I would have a bad trip. And, because it's like I'd be trying to analyze what the fuck I was seeing. It's like, okay, well, that's not real. That's real, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that it would be fun at all.
Well,
and sometimes you have to
see, that's the thing, though, dude. I never had a hallucination every time I've done it. Anytime I've done it. Back in the day, I stay away from all that shit now. But I never hallucinated anything, I mean, unless you call the colors being more vibrant a hallucination, but...
We have a mutual friend, somebody that sang vocals for bands that we were both in. And I remember the first time he did acid, it was at a rave in Miami. And and he's just like, I was walking around, I was seeing the reflections of the people coming off of the soda machine. He's like, I wanted to go stick a $1 into the soda machine, but I couldn't. I was bummed because I couldn't find the people button. I wanted to buy one of the people that I saw in the soda machine.
Yeah, but see, that's just his train of thought, dude. I mean, and that happens a lot too. You get these weird trains of thought, but you know what I mean. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Enough drug talk. Moving on.
There's only one band that I've ever been, that I haven't been the lead singer for, so you know exactly who I'm talking about.
I know who we're talking about, and that sounds like him, dude. That sounds like something he'd do if he was just like walking around.
True.
Because he is that way.
Not making fun of him. I'm not hating on him.
Not at all.
I love the guy. He's he's a friend of mine. But I'm just busting his balls, and we're not going to name drop anybody on here. So so Belknap died, but Vance survived, and he sued Judas Priest because of subliminal messages in the song "Better by You, Better Than Me." And apparently there was a backward message that said, "Do it." And an audio engineer went through the entire freaking album. It was on the Stained Class album.
Yeah.
Stained Class. Isn't that? No, never mind.
That's the one with the razor blade on the cover, right?
Yeah, I was thinking it was the one that from the airplane, but that's Point of Entry. But an audio engineer actually found it. That's the only thing that he got was, "Do it."
Yeah. Well, dude, if you play Stairway to Heaven backwards, the part where it goes, and it makes me wonder, if you play that part backwards, it says, "My sweet Satan."
Yeah, I've heard that.
It does. I mean, I've done it, and it actually does sound like he's saying "My sweet Satan," but
yeah,
it's a coincidence, dude. It's like, because if you record and say "My sweet Satan" and then play it backwards, it does not say "Really makes me wonder."
Right.
So it's just pure coincidence. It's totally just coincidence. But people look for shit like that because some dumb fuck started a rumor.
Stevie T did several episodes on back messages and everything, and the thing is, if you write lyrics that are going to sound, he actually said "It makes me wonder" and played it backwards in his own voice, and it said "My sweet Satan." Mm-hmm. So or something similar to it, but the thing is, if you write lyrics that make sense, you're not thinking about, oh, how's this going to come out if I play it backward?
Yeah. It's purely coincidence that any of this happened.
Yeah, it is. It's like, okay, do it. Do what? It doesn't specify. Go wash the car?
Mow the lawn? Hey, you know what? Do it. Do the dishes.
Do the dishes.
That's what he meant.
If do it is so bad, why was it Nike suit?
Just do it.
So the band Vinnie Vincent Invasion, on their second album, All Systems Go, I can't remember what song it was on, but at the end of one of their songs, there's like a backward message and everything, and it's just vocals. It's not, it's obviously a backward message. So you go play it backwards, and it says, "Hey, tell your friends about us." I mean, it's brilliant. Yeah. that All Systems Go album by Vinnie Vincent Invasion was fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Poor Vinnie Vincent.
Yeah. Now he looks like somebody's crazy freaking aunt.
I know. It's weird. I don't know. I mean, never mind. I don't even want to go into that. That's a can of worms.
No,
I don't want to open.
Yeah.
Actually, I got their first album, the one they did with before he got Mark Slaughter.
Right. That was good too, but I think All
love
Systems
that
Go
record,
is better.
Dude. I love that one.
Well,
that was fucking
what about
perfect fucking 80s, just glam cheese fucking rock, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah, but he matured a little bit on the second album and everything. It's like the ballad Love Kills. It was on the Nightmare on Elm Street 4 soundtrack. That was really good. And then the other ballad, which is actually a better song in my opinion, That Time of Year. That's a great song. And it's like the opening track on there, Ashes to Ashes. That one's
that's a good one.
I mean,
I mean, you're right though. They did kind of like tone down the glam cheese aspect of it, and did actually start writing good songs. Or better songs.
Yeah.
But, dude, that first record.
Yeah, the first album was good.
Dude, that was fucking just... It was just so fucking over-the-top cheese fucking metal, dude. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it a lot. And it was like basically the band went to hell. Or the band crashed and burned after the second album and everything. And then the singer, the bass player, and the drummer... just basically replaced Vinnie Vincent and started Slaughter.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Yep. So.
Anyway, poor Vinnie Vincent. Oh, I love you, brother. I hope everything's going well for you.
Yeah. Say what you will, he's still a badass guitar player.
Yes, he is.
An elite guitar player.
Yeah, I know. His
anyway,
little stint in Kiss just fucking held him back. But yeah.
Something about that though, if you look at the album, the writing credits on the Kiss's Revenge album, you'll see Vinnie Vincent there on. So even though he wasn't in the band, he was still a contributor,
dude.
Collaborator.
I mean, everybody. I mean, even though on Creatures of the Night, dude, that's when he first started playing with Kiss, dude. But Ace's picture is on the cover, but everybody knows that Vinnie Vincent actually played on the record,
right,
and wrote the songs. But yeah, but Ace still got credit for it. Like Ace was so drunk at that point in time, dude. He would come in like, "How'd I do today?" As Vinnie Vincent was leaving the studio.
Yeah.
How'd I play today?
I mean, it's crazy. You did great.
Yeah, you did fine.
All systems go.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Anyway.
Hashtag, but I digress.
Yes.
So, Judas Priest was found not responsible, but they were freaking humiliated in court for weeks and everything. Maybe even months. I mean, I know that trial dragged on for a while.
It did.
And it's just like, what kind of freaking, what kind of money did Vance have to be able to hire an attorney to drag one of the top heavy metal bands on the fucking planet into court for?
He didn't. His parents did. His parents are the one that made him do it. I don't know if they were rich, but his parents are the one that fucking actually sued him. They just, our son shot himself because of this band. But
James Vance, he did a pathetic documentary called Dream Deceivers, and I watched it on Netflix a couple years ago. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but I'm sure it's on YouTube.
Right.
But it's pathetic. Yeah, I mean he's totally pathetic on this. And you know what? I don't like to blame a victim or anything like this, but this guy is just fucking pathetic. He's still like on the narrative that he's blaming Judas Priest because he tried to kill himself. Yeah. And then he later died in 1988. Complications and everything. But
I was going to say, please tell me he committed suicide.
Nah, he died.
I'm sorry. He had a practice run. Maybe he got it right. I know. I'm going to hell, and I'm okay with that.
No, but you know what? I mean, I don't care. It's just like, okay, say what you want about suicide, mental illness, and all that stuff, but to go through that freaking charade about, it's like, okay, I was tripping on acid, or I was too drunk and didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and all that stuff. No, I'm gonna blame Judas Priest.
Yeah, exactly.
You're pathetic, dude. You're fucking pathetic.
You're gonna blame Judas Priest for telling you to do it. Well, okay, what's it?
Do it.
I mean, it could be anything, and it does not necessarily kill yourself. It could be
go out and have a great life.
Yeah.
Have a good career. Start a family, have a bunch of babies.
Make something of yourself,
Yeah. But
whatever.
Although Judas Priest was absolved of any wrongdoing, their reputation was tarnished. People protested their concerts. And they called them devil worshippers and stuff like that. But it didn't matter. The damage was done. But you know what? Priest got the last laugh. A few years later, they channeled all of their negativity and all of their anger and emotion into their heaviest and arguably their best album, which was Painkiller.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Turbo.
No, Painkiller was the next album.
No way, dude. Painkiller didn't come out till the 90s.
This trial was in...
Did we skip all the way over the 80s?
You know what? I think that I may have gotten that wrong. You're right. I think Turbo was the next album, and then Painkiller came out after that because the trial was in.
They did Turbo, Ram It Down.
When did
Turbo, Ram It Down? They did.
Ram It Down came out in '86. Yeah,
they did
you're right.
a few records before Painkiller, man.
I don't know why I thought that, but damn, I wish that was the case. I wish Painkiller had been the album after all of this shit.
Oh, I know. It would have been great, dude. Actually, I saw them on the Painkiller tour. You know what pissed me off about it? Is that they sped everything up, dude. All their old songs were fucking fast. Everything was fucking fast.
Well, the songs on Painkiller are long, so Victim of Changes, that's a long song.
But dude, everything was fast, dude. I mean, like, tempo-wise. Like, dude, Breaking the Law, instead of being dun-na-na-na-na-na-na, it was dun-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na to, like, keep up with Painkiller's pace,
Well, I've only seen them twice. I saw them at the House of Blues with Ripper Owens on lead vocals, and the House of Blues in Orlando. And then when I was out in 2018, I was in Portland, Oregon, and I saw them at this arena there, and it was like mostly sold out and everything. And it was like the first or second show on the Firepower tour, and oh, it was one of the earliest. I don't think it was like the second. It was like the third or fourth or something like that. Right. But it was, and Firepower, what a great album that is. I mean, that's their best album since Painkiller, in my opinion.
I'm going to have to take your word for it.
But, no, it's great. Check it out. I mean, I'm serious. Check it out. But I mean, that was after Glenn Tipton had the Parkinson's and everything, and his limited abilities and all that stuff. But he came out on stage and the place just erupted. And he played like the last four songs, like the easy songs like Breaking the Law and You Got Another Thing Coming, Living After Midnight, and when I saw them, dude, freaking nailed Painkiller.
Oh yeah,
nailed it. I mean, it's just so yeah. I've seen. Yeah, I've only seen it twice.
You know what I think is cool? Who's the guitar player they have now that replaced KK Downing?
Richie Faulkner.
Yeah, dude. That motherfucker is playing a guitar solo in a song while he's having a heart attack.
It was Painkiller.
Yeah, whatever, dude. He's having a heart attack while he's playing a solo of this song. Keeps on playing. After the song's over, he goes, I think I need to go to the doctor.
Yeah, so they rushed him to the hospital, and it wasn't a heart attack. It was actually something even worse than a heart attack. It was like something ruptured. And
that's right, dude. That's what it was. Yeah, dude. His freaking aorta ruptured.
Right, yeah. And so they replaced it with a fucking, but he never missed a freaking note in that solo, but you can see on the video where he just kind of looks disoriented, like he doesn't know where he is, but he still hits every note in that fucking solo perfectly.
Yeah, dude,
that's how freaking awesome that guy is.
Muscle memory taking over, dude. He's like, I don't know what's going on, but my hands are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, okay, we digress.
And luckily they were closing with Painkiller at that show.
Yeah.
But I mean, I actually made a post on Facebook about this. It's like, okay, the thing that they replaced is actually made of metal.
Mm-hmm.
It's circuits gleam. But I made a post on Facebook. It's like, okay, now we've got 2 metal gods in Judas Priest.
Yeah, right.
Every time that there was a smear campaign against heavy metal, it backfired. And it resulted in even more popularity and money for the bands. You know, enter Tipper Gore.
Oh, I was hoping we were going to get to this.
Fuck yeah. Wife of Senator and failed presidential candidate and former vice president Al Gore.
And con artist. We have to include con artist. With his fucking carbon credits, which is just bullshit.
Yeah.
That people fucking spend billions on that shit, dude. It's fucking horseshit. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, there was this freaking there was this from when he was an attorney. He actually, you know, when he was an attorney, he actually went there and pretended that he was like conjuring the voice of a dead victim.
Oh God.
There's like audio of that available. No, I am not even freaking lying. There's audio of that.
No, please don't.
I've heard the audio.
True, dude, oh my God.
I don't know if it was actually him. I heard it and it was saying that it was him. It sounds like him, but I don't know. I don't know if it was.
It sounds like
him.
something he'd do. So yeah,
it does.
God.
So.
Anyway, moving on.
And then the whole man bear pig thing.
Yes, man bear pig. I'm cereal. I'm super cereal.
Hey, we gone full circle. We're back to South Park,
right?
So,
oh, that's fucking great.
So they enter Tipper Gore and the PMRC, and they came up with the Filthy 15. Have list up on screen. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to read that.
I wasn't supposed to read that.
No, I did that on purpose.
I know, but that's fucking great.
Yeah. The Filthy 15 is Prince, Darling Nikki, and the lyrical content is about sex and masturbation.
Yeah, I can see. All right, I'll see that. That sounds. That is dirty.
Sheena Easton, Sugar Walls, is about sex.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So?
Judas Priest, Eat Me Alive. It's about sex and violence.
Obviously about cannibalism.
I'm surprised they didn't go there with that. A band called Vanity that I've never even heard of.
Oh, come on, dude. Vanity? Vanity was the girl in Purple Rain, the movie, dude. Prince's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Wait. No, that was Apollonia. Vanity was in... Vanity was in another, like, Prince, like, side project kind of band, like, you know, he did. But she was the one in Last Dragon.
Oh. Okay.
You remember The Last Dragon, right? You did see that movie?
No.
Oh, man.
Look at when it came out. Remember where I was during that time?
Yeah, all right. But, okay, you have homework, dude. You have homework. You have to find The Last Dragon somewhere and fucking watch that movie. You will lose your fucking mind.
Okay, well, you know, I mean, you're like the only person on the planet that I can say this about. If you like it, I know I'm going to like it.
Oh, and, yeah, dude. You should fucking love it, dude. I mean, dude, it's so fucking...
How about a digression episode?
Yeah, we could do that. We haven't done one of them.
Yeah, there we go. No, we do it like same thing we were going to do with like 70s Killdozer movie.
Oh, yeah. Do like a video of us watching it and drinking beer. Fuck yeah, dude. We'll do that shit, yeah.
Yeah. So the song was Strap on Robbie Baby. Strap on Robbie Baby, and that's obviously about sex and, you know, and strap-ons.
Apparently.
Motley Crue, Bastard. And that's violence and bad language.
That bastard dad. Dude, you could say bastard in G-rated movies now. I mean, what the fuck? How is that even a bad?
Yeah, right?
I mean, okay, back then, yeah, probably it was maybe a little over the top, but still.
But now, AC/DC is in this, too. The song is Let Me Put My Love Into You. But the thing is they choose that song. I mean, this is during the Satanic Panic and everything, where everybody's the devil. They're blaming heavy, but they didn't include Hell's Bells or Highway to Hell. They went with "Let Me Put My Love Into You."
Yeah, well, I think like it sounds to me like this list is more about sex kind of stuff than.
No, we're getting into some of the.
Well, I mean, so far on this list, it's been about mostly sex and a little bit of violence. So far, yeah. There hasn't been much Satan stuff here yet.
No, not yet, and there's not very much of it. There's only 15 songs, but you would think that they would have put like Hell's Bells or Highway to Hell in there, but their song Night Prowler was accused of being Richard Ramirez's inspiration for his crimes. Like AC/DC caught hell for that too. It's like, okay,
it's the song called Night Prowler. I thought it was called Night Stalker.
Night
Stalker.
It's Prowler.
Is it?
It's Prowler.
Fuck. Now I have to look that up because.
Well, according to according to Wiki, it was Night Prowler.
All right. Well, that's cool.
I mean,
but we all know Wiki is not the most trustworthy.
Hold on, let me pull up the old Spotify. Hold on. Oh, fuck that. Ain't gonna do that.
You know what? I think it is. I think it is Night Prowler.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yep, it is. Yep, it is. My bad. My wrong. I'm sorry.
Well,
maybe because they called Richard Ramirez the Night Stalker, so maybe I just put it together that's the name of the song. I don't know. And it's not a Mandela effect because that shit's bullshit.
we did talk about it on the Richard Ramirez episode, and we were calling it Night Stalker, but
well, we were wrong. I was wrong. Whatever.
Well, we were both wrong, but
consider this our official retraction.
Yeah. So Richard AC/DC. AC/DC is a party band, man.
Yeah, but you know Angus. They always got picture Angus on the cover with that hat with little devil horns on it, and they
with devil horns. Yeah.
You know, I mean, all right. I mean, even though Angus Young doesn't drink or not, he drinks tea. That's the only thing he drinks. He doesn't drink any alcohol. Is it Earl Grey? I don't know. I really don't. But see, that's the thing, though. He's actually they were born in Scotland and then moved to Australia, so he's not even British like freaking old us.
I didn't even know that.
Sir Patrick.
Didn't even know. I never knew that.
Yeah, I think him and Malcolm, they were born in Scotland, and then their parents moved them to Australia.
I never knew that.
I think I remember hearing that. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Wow. But
I really need to fact check things when I just remember them. But if I do that, I'll never say it because I'll be too busy looking it up.
Yeah. And then the episodes will be 6 hours long.
No shit. They're already long enough.
So, and then next is number 7 is Twisted Sisters, We're Not Gonna Take It, and Violence. That song ain't that song's not
violence
fucking
in
violence.
That song?
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
There's no violence in that song.
No, it's just, that's a teenage angst song and everything, and it's a freaking anthem for standing up to what you believe in.
Written by a bunch of transvestites. Maybe that was the problem.
But, now speaking of twisted...
yeah, so are we going to get into that?
Yeah, we are. That's next. And I keep wanting to go to this other Twisted Sister song and that you're talking about. But let's get through the filthy 15.
Yeah, let's get through that first.
Madonna, Dress You Up. Gonna dress you up in my love.
All right, I don't see that. I don't see that one at all.
No, I don't see that one being sex or whatever. You've got style. That's what all the girls say.
Yeah, I don't see that one, but okay, it's on there.
And then, okay, this next one is sex, language, and violence. In the darkness, I can feel your love.
All right. What was that one? I don't even think I know that song.
Fuck like a beast!
All right, dude, just talk. Stop singing.
Animal, Fuck Like a Beast by Wasp.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Okay,
I can see that. Dude, there's like... Dude, Wasp could take up the entire 15, to be honest with you. But I liked Wasp, whatever. Dude, it didn't make me want to do anything bad or kill myself or do bad things to women or anything like that. It was just good fucking party rock, dude. What the hell?
Back then, if I was going to go to a Wasp concert, I would want to make sure that I was at least... at least 40 or 50 feet back.
Yeah, at least 30 rows back. Yeah, because dude, they used to throw fucking frozen meat out, dude, and knock people out. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and same reason why I've seen Gwar in concert 3 times.
You must stay in the back row for Gwar.
Yeah.
Dude, 30 rows back isn't even enough now, dude. They fucking upped their fucking jizz cannons, dude. That shit'll hit you 30 rows back.
I've seen them in concert 3 times, and I saw them the last time I saw them in concert. They had it was at the House of Blues in Orlando on Disney property, and after as they were wrapping it up, Otis Arungus, rest in peace. Yes. He says, "Oh, we had a great time. We loved it. Hope the mouse wasn't watching."
Hope the mouse wasn't watching. Dude, I seen him at a sci-fi con, dude, and it was right after fucking episode 1 came out. And Otis gets up on the stage, and they played a couple songs, and he stops, and he goes, "All right, free Gwar tickets for life to anybody that brings me the head of Jar Jar Binks."
That's funny. But yeah, apparently the mouse was watching because Gwar was banned.
Well, shit, dude. They are. I mean, dude, I can see Gwar is fucking dirty as fuck, dude. I don't know if they have any songs on this list, but
no, they don't. But
dude, it's all performance art, man. But yeah, it's but dirty. It's fucking vile sometimes.
When I was because after Wasp on this list and everything, it made me think of Gwar, and I was just like, okay, and Gwar got banned from Disney property. I was like, okay, so let's see who else is banned from Disney property.
Oh, here we go.
You're not going to believe some of the bands that were banned from Disney property.
All right.
Queensryche.
What?
Queensryche was banned for some reason, and the list that I found, it doesn't. It was also on Wikipedia, but it doesn't have any reason why they were banned. But I saw Queensryche at that same House of Blues.
Uh-huh.
But Queensryche was banned. There's like, what the hell? Why Queensryche? Dragon Force was banned.
What?
Dragon Force is on the official blacklist for Disney. Dragon Force can't play at the frickin' and it makes sense because Queensryche back in the day, when they played Orlando, they would play at the House of Blues. The last time that I saw them, it was at Plaza Live. So apparently it's ridiculous. It's like some of these, they banned the Beatles. The Beatles are on that list.
Dude, was there even House of Blues when the Beatles were around?
No, it's just Disney property.
Oh, okay.
The Beatles, but I think they just put the Beatles aren't going to go play at Disney World.
No, or Disneyland, or anywhere. Disney Europe,
or whatever.
Disney Paris, Disney Japan, nowhere. They're not going to, well, I mean, there wasn't all those Disneys when the Beatles were still a group, but still.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of bands on. There's like hundreds of bands that are on
does that mean if they won't hire a Beatles tribute band?
I wonder.
You know what I'm saying? Or
you know what?
Or a Queen's
you know what?
band?
Classic albums live. When they play in Orlando, they play at Plaza Live or the Hard Rock.
Oh, so maybe they don't. Interesting.
Huh? Because classic albums live, they do some of the some Beatles albums.
Oh yeah, no, they do. I mean, they're amazing, dude.
They are. They do everything. I mean, I tried to get them to do a freaking Meatloaf thing, and I would come, and I would sing for it, but they weren't interested.
Yeah. Oh well.
There's not very many people that can duplicate Meatloaf's voice, but I am one of them. Right. I can.
Anyway, moving on.
Def Leppard, High and Dry.
What?
Drug and alcohol use. Actually, you know what? If you're high and dry, doesn't
dry mean no alcohol?
No alcohol? I can't remember what the lyrics of that song
I can't either, but I'm sure it can't be bad.
Right. So, Merciful Fate, Into the Coven, which is occult.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. Black Sabbath, Trashed, drug and alcohol use.
Well, no shit.
Now
that's the only reason Ozzy Osbourne is still alive.
No, that wasn't Ozzy. That was Ian Gillan.
What?
Ian Gillan was the.
Oh, that's why I
didn't
recognize the song.
But the thing is that song. That song is basically he's praying to the porcelain god.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just like, "Ooh, Mr. Miracle, save me from some pain. I thank you, Mr. Miracle. I won't get trashed again." Yeah, so if anything, that sounds to me like
he's speaking against it.
Against it. Yeah, it's just like Suicide Solution is an anti-suicide song, which we'll get to. Next is, we're going to wrap it up. Mary Jane Girl's In My House, which is sex. I've never heard that song. Venom, Possessed, which is a cult. And then Cyndi Lauper, She Bop, sex, masturbation.
Yeah, well, that song is about masturbation, but yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's a cool
but
song
you know
to
what?
play, too.
But none of these songs about sex, even freaking Wasp, Animal, Fuck Like a Beast, can hold a candle to WAP.
I know, right? God.
So
wet ass pussy. One of us had to say it.
Yep. so then, next thing you know, all of this thing winds up. Their Congress is doing a whole, investigation into it and everything, and like a bunch of Frank Zappa, Dee Snider of Twisted Sister, a whole bunch of other artists, including John Denver, which that went through Congress for a loop because they never thought that John Denver would come out in defense of, of all these rock and roll and heavy metal people and everything. But he did. And God bless you, John Denver.
Yes, you crazy fucking experimental aircraft flyer. We love you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. I hope Flat Earth Frank isn't like camping outside and heard you say that.
I hope so too.
The crazy.
Hopefully, he's still trying to find the edge of the earth.
No, because his guy that did the experimental aircraft, and it cost him his life, whatever.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
But Frank Zappa, he did his thing, and they were expecting backlash. They were expecting Frank Zappa to come on and put a good show because that guy he was a very intellectual and intelligent guy.
Yes.
And it was well known that he was that. So it's just like they knew that they were going to have, their hands full with him. But all of a sudden, freaking Dee Snider of Twisted Sister comes in with the tightest fucking blue jeans she had, a freaking cut off fucking black metal shirt and everything. He's wearing sunglasses. His hair is all teased up and everything.
He just showed up.
Yeah, he just showed up, and he sits down, and he just rips their entire argument to shreds, and he's just like, blah, it's just, I mean, if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube because it's there. D. Snyder, PMRC, Congress, whatever. You'll find it. It is fucking beautiful how he just takes them to task and everything.
Brutal, dude. And he fucking ripped them apart. And they thought he was, this dumb fucking guy that dresses like a transvestite and sings songs about this and that, dude. What's he going to do? How is he going to fucking even remotely do anything good for his side of the case? And he just goes there and fucking ripped them to shreds.
Yeah. And it's like they didn't even know what hit him. They didn't even know what hit him. It was like the bullets that hit Killdozer.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like seriously, dude, if D. Snyder had stood up and fucking taken that mic and fucking dropped it on, that was the very first mic drop without him actually dropping the mic, dude. That was the very first mic drop.
It was because he just got up and walked out.
Yeah.
After he was done, but during that whole thing, another Twisted Sister song came up, and it was a song called "Under the Blade."
Under the Blade, yes.
Now that song "Under the Blade" was about their guitar player. He was gonna have to have some surgery, and he had never had surgery before, and he was like really freaked out about it and everything. So the song was written about his anxiety before going under the blade. But Tipper Gore found something like sexual, like S&M about it and everything. And then D. Snyder very calmly, he's just like, Under the Blade is about my guitar player's, experience, about his anxieties going into surgery. The senator's wife, she found something sexual about it. I mean, that's not my fault that she found something sexual about it. Maybe, that has something to do with something that she's not getting at home.
Yeah.
and then the camera flashes to Al Gore and his face turns beet fucking red.
Yes, I mean, you truly had to be alive during this time to fully appreciate this because of the bullshit that was going on. But I mean, it was the most amazing fucking thing to see. It was just instant vindication, basically, for everyone. I mean, D went up there and said, "Look, I'm going to fix this," and he fucking did.
Yeah, and he did. And the thing about it is, it was originally slated to be Vince Neil.
Oh dear God!
But D. Snyder just like, Vince, I got this.
Yeah. Because, dude, you know what? You know where we'd be right now if Vince Neil's fucking drunk ass had got up there and fucking started talking?
Yeah. He would just be like, "Metal rules, man."
Yeah, dude, yeah.
I skydived naked from an aeroplane. But the thing about it is, it was supposed to be Vince Neil, but at the last minute, D. Snyder, and I gotta think that D. Snyder just called up Vince and was just like, "Dude, you're going to make a fool out of yourself. Let me handle this."
Yeah, thank you, D.
Because thank you, D. They weren't expecting D. Snyder.
No.
But even when he walked through the door instead of Vince Neil, they were probably thinking, we got this. Oh, it's that guy. He's on the Filthy 15 list.
Yeah.
We got him. We got this. And he just rips them to fucking
Dude, was Motley Crue on the Filthy 15 list?
Yeah, they were.
What was the song? I don't remember the song.
Bastard.
Oh, Bastard, dude. Really, Bastard, and not fucking, what is it, Looks That Kill, that talks about fucking underage sex?
Yeah. Yeah, or Shout at the Devil.
Yeah. Because, dude, they changed the words on Looks That Kill because she's a number 13, but on the original demo it said she's only 13.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
So yeah, dude, that song's about banging fucking minors.
All these things, all this list is like songs about about sex and everything. But let's go back to the music that fucking Al Gore and Tipper Gore and all that listen to and everything. Girl, you'll be a woman soon.
Yeah.
Please take my hand. There's fucking songs that came out in the fucking 50s and everything from these fucking crooners and everything, like Frank Sinatra and all them, that are flat out about fucking a 16-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. Oh, just a little aside. I did see a video of Motley Crue on their last tour when they were in Orlando, and Vince Neil was fucking singing really fucking good this time. He was hitting all the words.
Yeah, I saw it, and he sounded decent. He didn't sound great.
No,
but
it wasn't great,
decent.
but it's better than he's been in the past years.
Right.
And I was like, really impressed with that. The only thing that bugged me is like, what the fuck was that muumuu he was wearing? But anyway, no, dude, Vince. It's easy to kid Vince because he has so much proof of him being a bad singer that it's easy to fucking fuck with him. But a lot of people won't say that he did good, but he did good. So
he did do good on that one. Not to mention the video of him doing the chicken dance.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to go there, but okay.
So bands like Merciful Fate were the closest thing that there was to Satanism. Merciful Fate. King Diamond is actually a member of the Church of Satan. Merciful Fate and Venom both had songs about Satan and everything, but they never killed anybody.
All that we know of.
What about? Right.
Sorry.
No, neither one of them are from Norway.
Okay.
So, but the thing about it is, like, what about the movies like The Omen or The Exorcist?
Yeah. Amityville Horror.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was all a hoax, but still. Yeah, it's just like at this point, movies and everything, like The Omen, The Exorcist and everything, all those movies are out at that point.
Oh, way past
Amityville Horror.
Yeah. All those movies came out in the 70s, dude.
Yeah. So they were out. But they, the producers of those movies weren't making it. And it's just like the Omen, you've got people like, chanting like fucking Hail Satan and all that stuff and everything, and about how the freaking Antichrist comes and takes over the freaking world.
Mm-hmm.
Rosemary's Baby.
That movie was so good.
Mm-hmm.
God.
But we all know that Rosemary's Baby was framed.
Yes. Yes, she was.
They switched the kid. They changed his name.
Yep. Oh boy,
that was a local reference. But anyway, the band's doubled down. They're just basically like, okay, you're going to accuse us of doing this? Fine. Enter the inverted crosses, 666, pentagrams. And it's all for shock value. Ozzy, Slayer, Motley Crue, they all did that shit. And actually now Anthrax started doing it. Over the past like 10, 15 years or so, Anthrax started putting the pentagram into their shit. Why? I don't know. I mean,
I know, right, dude? Anthrax is like intelligent, goofy fucking metal, dude. I mean, whatever. I mean, I guess. And by intelligent, I mean they base a lot of their songs on books, and they've obviously had to have read the books to write the songs.
Right. I mean, they're like a thrash metal version of Iron Maiden.
Yeah. But I mean, like a goofy version of Iron Maiden.
Right. I mean,
you know what I mean, because I'm sorry, dude, but their songs are they're goofy as shit. I mean, it's good and heavy, but it's just like it was like completely different from all the other thrash bands that were out there. They were like wearing fucking
right. They weren't taking themselves seriously.
They were wearing board shorts and T-shirts and fucking like Ninja Turtles and all that shit, dude. I mean, it was fucking great.
I mean, they released a fucking rap song called "I'm the Man," and they used like samples of Sam Kinison going "ow, ow," and they also used a fucking sample of fucking Metallica from Master of Puppets.
Dude, I don't even think that was samples, dude. I think they actually did that shit.
Nah, if you listen to it, it's sample, but they did it just because of it. They had the record scratch in and all that stuff and everything, and it was fucking brilliant. Then they come out and do a fucking Bring the Noise with Public Enemy, and that was fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah, dude! The first fucking rap metal shit ever.
Yeah, well, Aerosmith and Run DMC, but
nah.
But they
Aerosmith isn't metal, dude. Aerosmith is rock and roll. I'm talking about rap metal, like the shit that fucking like Limp Bizkit and all that crap is fucking spawned from.
Yeah, it was Anthrax and Public Enemy, followed by Biohazard and whatever band that it was.
God, who did
that
Biohazard do? I remember that song. I thought it was pretty good when they did it.
Yeah, but that was next, and that was the song that spawned freaking like Limp Bizkit and shit like that. But but I don't know why Anthrax is using the fucking pentagram imagery and stuff like that now, because that's never what they were about. But and I haven't listened to any of their newer stuff, so I don't know if they're singing about Satan or anything like that. I don't know. I do know they're just using.
I mean, fuck, dude.
Yeah, they do. Oh, and on their latest tour, Joey Belladonna, their wait, what's the singer's name?
Joey Belladonna.
Joey. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And John Bush. They got John Bush after Joey left and did
The
Sound of White Noise, which is by far their best and worst album at the same time.
but on their current tour, Joey is singing only.
Well, yeah,
and that's the first time they've ever done any John Bush era stuff with Joey, and it's just like, okay, Iron Maiden does it, now Anthrax is doing it. All right, Priest, your move. I'd like to hear Rob Halford do some fucking Ripper stuff.
Yeah, right. Well,
anyway.
We'll see. And we digress. A long one on that one, but that's all right.
There was a 2020 documentary and everything in 1985 that documented all that stuff, with all the imagery and pentagram and all that stuff. But it's just like, we're just doing this because you say that we're doing it.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, do I think that Vince Neil and frickin' Tommy Lee are frickin' devil worshippers? No, they're not.
No, of course not.
They're frickin' druggy, they're frickin' druggy party animals. That's all they are.
Yeah.
The only ally that metal had at the time was MTV. Believe it or not, yeah, MTV did used to play music videos.
God, those were the days, weren't they?
Yeah, and some radio stations like Z-Rock, and what's that one out of San Francisco? The Knack.
The Knack, yes, KNAC.
Yeah, and actually 98 Rock in Tampa was another good one. Yeah, they would play all the stuff that wasn't being played on the mainstream and everything, and there were others too. I'm sure that like every region had its own radio station that had metal's back.
Right.
Videos from bands like Iron Maiden and Ozzy all showed scenes that looked like they were from a cheesy horror film. And some actually were scenes from a cheesy horror film.
Yeah, right.
They actually used them. But, it's just Iron Maiden, I mean, yeah, they get brought up, but they were never, I mean, people were protesting Iron Maiden's concerts, Ozzy's concerts, all of their concerts and everything. And, and it's like, I'm surprised that Iron Maiden never got hauled into court and everything because of just because of the fact that they had a song called Number of the Beast.
Yeah.
But that song's not about worship. It's about somebody witnessing worshiping, like a devil worship, a satanic thing. It's not about him. It's not about, it's like, hey, we worship the devil. A lot of these songs and everything, like Ozzy's Mr. Crowley, and it's like Ozzy knows all about Mr. Crowley, Aleister Crowley.
No, he doesn't.
Aleister, no.
Okay, I'm going to digress here, but it's pertinent to this, what he just said. I seen a video of Zakk Wylde, and I think he was on the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm not sure. I don't exactly remember where it was, but Zach's talking. He's like, yeah, dude, we're like in the studio recording or whatever, and I found this. I was out, and I found this picture of Aleister Crowley. So I put it up on the wall in the jam room or whatever. And he said, like, dude, Ozzy comes in. He's like, because he's got a picture like Hendrix and Clapton and then Aleister Crowley. And Ozzy comes in. He's like, who's that guy? Who's that bald fucking cunt on the end, Zach? And Zach goes, Ozzy. You know who that is. You've been singing about him for fucking 40 years. But I don't know who it is. Zach, come on, tell me who that fucking bald cunt is. And he's like, Ozzy, you wrote a song about him. I said, what song? What fucking song? Who is it? Who the fuck is it? Zach goes, dude, that's Aleister Crowley. You know your song, Mr. Crowley? You're like, oh, that's what that fucking cunt looks like?
Okay, all right. I take back what I said then.
Sorry about my poor Ozzy imitation there, but I tried.
No, but Aleister Crowley was a piece of shit.
To put it mildly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so yeah, but if you listen to the lyrics of Aleister Crowley, I'm thinking about the lyrics now in a whole new light now, knowing that. He just thought Aleister Crowley was cool. Maybe he thought that he was writing the song about Anton LaVey.
I don't know, maybe. But you know what I'm saying, though? It's just funny that Ozzy has this song that he's been doing since, what, like 82? Like for 40 fucking years, and he didn't even know what the guy looked like.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I mean, he obviously knew who he was because, like, the lyrics in the song are obviously about him, so he knew who he was. He just didn't know what he looked like.
He could have. Well, he mentions sex magic in the song, so he did know something.
Yeah,
that sex magic. That's not that's not Anton LaVey. That's Aleister Crowley.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and then you know what?
We could do an episode about Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, we could. But no, dude, you know where? I think I remember this just popped into my head now. I remember Ozzy talking about Jimmy Page gave him a copy of one of Aleister Crowley's books. And he signed it. He said, it said polemically yours, Jimmy Page, or something like that, and gave Ozzy a copy of fucking one of Crowley's books. And I think that's where the idea came from. Could be. But don't hold me to that either, because that could just be my brain remembering like 10 different stories and combining them into one, because that happens. Well,
no, I mean, it probably did happen. I mean, Jimmy Page owns Aleister Crowley's mansion.
Yeah.
And he, you know, I mean, Led Zeppelin was part of all of this too, like getting the blame and everything. But once again, they were never, you know, like hauled into court about it. So,
well, yeah, they were barely a band in the 80s. They weren't even a band in the 80s. Yeah.
It's like they came back for Live Aid, and that was pretty much it. But, you know, it's just like, yeah, I like to think that Metallica is like the Led Zeppelin of our time, you know?
Yeah, I can see that.
Because at the time, Led Zeppelin was the biggest rock and roll band on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Metallica's been around for fucking 40 years as well. So, I mean, dude, they've been around longer than Led Zeppelin was. I mean, when Led Zeppelin was actually a band.
Right.
I mean, and they still play. No, I mean, granted, I know Robert Plant and Jimmy Page, and I don't even know if John Paul Jones is still alive.
John Paul Jones. Yeah, I don't know if he is or not, but I know
nothing
that they've
against
done
him, dude.
shows.
He's a great musician, dude. But I was never a Led Zeppelin fan. But I mean, you have to know who Jimmy Page and Robert Plant are. I know that they still kind of play, but I mean, do they? You know,
not really. But we're not going to Led Zeppelin our freaking episode here.
And then there's the Stones. Jesus Christ.
God.
That's all I'm saying about that. Move on, please.
Yeah. Let's not digress about the Rolling Stones. But but ultimately MTV caved. Yeah, and to the media and the PMRC. And so basically heavy metal could only be played on Saturday nights from midnight to 3 a.m. on Headbangers Ball. And that was MTV's highest rated show at the time.
And the fucked up thing was, dude,
midnight to 3 a.m.
The fucked up thing, though, dude, is they played mostly hair metal shit on that. They didn't even play the really fucking heavy shit.
They did. I can remember seeing Metallica, Megadeth, Testament, Cannibal.
Dude, when Headbangers Ball was going, I mean, until like 88, I mean, Metallica never made a video, so I mean, obviously you're not going to see any Metallica videos. But I mean, dude, I mean,
well,
yeah,
true.
I mean, dude,
True.
like seriously, when
right.
Headbangers Ball started, yeah, I mean, you had Megadeth, Slayer, possibly Anthrax,
Slayer, Anthrax.
I mean, but then the rest of it was like fucking just the hair metal shit. It was fucking Warrant and Poison.
Well, they
and
would
Motley
play.
Crue
They would.
and, I mean,
well, they would
that,
play.
To me, isn't like
They would play Queensryche. They would play Queensryche. They would play Sabotage. They would play. They would play Iron Maiden. They would. I mean, they did play. A good variety of shit. But you're right. The majority of it was hair metal. But they did throw in the good stuff too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it wasn't as often. I mean, it was mostly like the popular fucking hair metal songs, and then a fucking really heavy song every now and again.
I mean, they would play Exodus and Accept, and
but you have to realize too that
Halloween
at this time, though, dude, at this time, if it wasn't Megadeth, Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, I didn't want to hear it. Or Testament, dude. I did love Testament. If it wasn't any of those, I didn't want to fucking hear it.
Metal Church.
Yeah, well, I got into Metal Church a little bit later on.
Okay, they gave thrash metal a good amount of coverage.
But, dude, I mean, I'm watching a show called Headbangers Ball, and they're playing Poison. It's like, dude, Poison is not headbanging music. Now, don't get me wrong. I like
and they would play fucking nothing but a good. They would play nothing but a good time like every freaking episode, every week.
That's not headbanging, dude. I mean, Headbangers Ball is, to me, in my opinion, was supposed to be all the heavy shit that they don't play during the rest of the week because they play Poison and all that shit in regular rotation, dude. It's like, come on, dude. Headbangers Ball, play the heavy shit.
And they did, just not
not enough.
But they played well, you know what they were doing? They were getting the people to come in, to
I know. I got
maybe expose the people that like the popular commercial stuff, maybe expose them to some of the other stuff. And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but still. And I'm in your camp. I would have rather have seen more freaking bands like Iron Maiden or freaking Fate's Warning. I mean, they only played Lonely by Crimson Glory like twice on that entire show, and I actually happened to see it one time. One of the two times. But anyway.
Who?
But Crimson Glory. You all know who Crimson Glory is?
Yeah, no one else did either. That's why they only played it twice. I'm just fucking with you, man. Come on. I mean, I'm sure they're a great band, but I've never heard of them.
Oh, look them up. They're from Florida.
Oh,
Todd LaTorre, Queensryche. Todd LaTorre, Queensryche's lead singer.
Yeah.
He sang for Crimson Glory after their original singer had died.
Oh, I never heard of Todd LaTorre until he started singing for Queensryche. So
that guy
I'm not like that. I'm not that fucking music nerd, dude. I don't follow bands. If I don't hear it if I don't hear it in my day-to-day life, it doesn't fucking exist to me.
Well, Todd LaTorre, go on Spotify, listen to Crimson Glory's Transcendence album. That it's a masterpiece, and I'm not even freaking exaggerating. No, check it out. I'm just telling you. You gave me homework. I'm giving you homework.
All right, I'll try.
Oh, you're gonna love it. It's fucking awesome.
I doubt it.
But anyway,
okay.
in 1980, Ozzy Osbourne released the Blizzard of Oz album, and that contained the song "Suicide Solution." Parents of teenager John McCullum sued Ozzy because they decided that that song drove him to commit suicide. The song is about alcoholism, his own alcoholism, and how he was killing himself by, like drinking like hardcore. Yeah, the wine is fine, but whiskey's quicker. Suicide is slow with liquor. Yeah. Take a bottle, drown your sorrow, then it floods away your tomorrows. That doesn't sound like somebody saying, hey, go kill yourself. That sounds like somebody saying, hey, back off your drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, and he did at that point. He did back off because, I mean, one of the videos that he released over the past couple years. It was a song, I can't remember. I think it was Under the Grave, maybe. He released this video, and it was basically a recreation of how, he was like about, he had like drank himself into oblivion and all that stuff, and somehow news reports started coming out, and it's about how he met Sharon. Mm-hmm. Sharon basically was a fan who just was like, I'm going to go do something about this. I'm going to help him. And she helped him. She just like dragged him out. At least, I don't know if this is the actual story, but that's what's in the video for the song.
Right.
And, but I think that I heard that is actually what happened. She cared enough about him and everything. She nursed him back to health. They fell in love, and the rest is history. Sharon!
Well, you do know, right, that her father was the manager of Black Sabbath.
Okay, well, maybe that's how she got the inside information.
Yeah. Well, then, but when Ozzy broke off and went solo, I mean, he was already dating her, I think.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I didn't.
Because I think she's the one, or maybe they weren't seeing each other at the time, but she's the one, when Ozzy left Black Sabbath, she's the one that said, hey, we're going to take you solo. We got to find you the right band and do this, and I'm going to be your manager. Because her father her father was screwing Black Sabbath over, and she's like, I won't do that to you. Not to you. I'll do it to everybody else in your band, but I won't screw you over.
So the song, I think it's Under the Graveyard.
Yeah.
I think it is. I might be wrong, but the video for that. So that's
It's a fictionalized account of what happened. But I mean, no, she did. Right. She did fucking like do her best to get him sober. Because actually, Ozzy got so drunk one night he tried to kill her.
Yeah,
he was so drunk out of his mind. He walked up to her and started strangling her and said, "We've decided that you have to go."
Damn.
And I'd be like, "Who's we, motherfucker?
Ozzy.
I didn't decide that."
It's like, I'm surprised they didn't try to pin down a Judas Priest would do it.
Oh, no, he didn't have to, dude, because in Suicide Solution, if you've watched that, I don't know if you're getting there yet or not, but...
I haven't seen the video to Suicide Solution.
It's not a video in the song. Like, when that was brought up in court, I can't remember. I think it was the kid that killed himself and blamed the song. They blamed the song. He's like, dude, at the end of this song, it says, get the gun, shoot, shoot, shoot.
Shoot, 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 shoot,
yeah.
shoot.
And he did it. He said it like 4 times. That's fucking like beanhead fucking lawyer. I don't know what beanhead means. I was thinking like 2 things at once, but anyway.
Hey, it works. I remember what you're talking about. It's just like, but that's like supposedly backward masking. And
no, it's not backward mask, dude. You can actually, like, if you listen to it, you can hear it. It almost does sound like he says, get the gun, shoot, 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 shoot. But
okay.
It could be Ozzy just drunk and fucking babbling too. You know, who knows? I don't think it was backwards because I don't remember him saying anything about playing it backwards. And Ozzy's like, dude, I didn't say get the gun, shoot, shoot, shoot. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that means. You know what I?
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up because I remember that clip of the attorney saying that, but I couldn't remember where the fuck it was from. So I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm pretty sure it was from that trial.
But still, I mean, I don't know. I just can't, you know, if you watch a friggin' horror movie, and you've got somebody in the horror movie, like, encouraging somebody to kill themselves, and everything like that. It's just like, you're not going to go and just fucking kill yourself because you saw it in the fucking movie. You're just going to, and it's just, these are people, the people that form these lawsuits and everything. They're just people capitalizing on it and trying to make a fucking buck off of their, you know, their family members' freaking mental illness.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's disgusting.
It is. But, you know, it was the 80s. It was a different time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they didn't, you know, it was the 80s. There wasn't internet. There wasn't anything else to fucking blame shit on. So they found a scapegoat and just ran with it.
Yeah. So, Ozzy was cleared of any responsibility, as well he should have been. But, next up, Slayer!
Satan laughs at rot.
And, ABC News, and this is fake news, because when they reported on the story, they called Slayer death metal.
Oh my God, really?
Slayer is not death metal.
No, never were.
No, they're thrash metal.
I mean, they may have inspired some death metal bands, but they're not death metal.
Oh, absolutely. But, and as Bart Simpson found out, Judas Priest isn't death metal either.
Right? Oh, God. Jesus.
You never know when my singers are coming to you.
Holy shit. All right.
Oh, shit. But, that one episode, because on the Priest episode where Priest was on there, they called him death metal, and then on the week later, it's like Bart Simpson's writing Judas Priest is not death metal on the chalkboard.
That's fucking great. Judas Priest is not death metal.
But Slayer is not death metal. But
I could see the confusion, though, but no, they're not.
And to somebody that doesn't know the multiple genres of metal and everything, yeah, you might hear Slayer and it's like, oh, that's got to be death metal. But no, it's not. It's thrash.
Yes.
It's thrash. They are part of the big four of thrash metal,
yes,
along with Megadeth, Anthrax, and Metallica.
All right. Now, now I'm going to interject here again with a little digression, but it's on topic from what you just said.
Okay.
What if it was the big five? Who would be number 5? In your opinion?
Exodus, or Metal Church, or Testament.
Say
Death Angel.
No, not Death Angel. Fuck them. They suck.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, I wouldn't have picked Exodus, but I would definitely. It's either Testament or Metal Church for sure.
Yeah. I would probably lean more toward Metal Church than Testament.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. I remember I saw this shit. I forget where I saw it. It's probably on fucking TikTok, dude. Because apparently everything I see is on TikTok now.
I don't even have TikTok.
You know, dude, I got it as a joke, and now I can't live without it.
All right, you're gonna make me get it. I know.
No, don't, dude. Don't. Seriously, don't, dude. It's.
Well, I got Reddit.
Yeah, just stick with.
I got
Reddit.
Reddit. That's bad enough,
dude. TikTok is fucking addictive, and also, dude, it's just like Facebook, dude. It's so full of bullshit. You got to filter through all the bullshit to get to the good stuff. It ain't worth it. But I'm fucking addicted to it. I can't stop. So anyway, all right. Like I said, okay, that was my little digression there. # but I digress. Moving on.
Okay, but I think Metal Church, and the reason, I mean, Alex Skolnick. I know Alex Skolnick's name.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of Metal Church's guitar players. So Alex Skolnick is like one of the elite guitar players. I mean, he's part of Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, is he doing that
and
now?
He's been doing it. He's been part of them for a long time. But you got to be on the top, like one of the best in order to be part of Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
You know that came from Sabotage, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I figured you would, but I was
Sabotage. Okay, ABC News, fake news. They called Slayer death metal, and we went there and everything. But they had reported on this case about Slayer being thrown out in 2001. This is the article that I found. I didn't find like a whole shitload of details about it. And so basically what happened was Elise Marie, and we could actually do an entire episode on this, on Slayer. on Slayer's court case and what happened. I mean, this is just crazy. It's right up our frickin' alley. But Elise Marie Pauler, she was a 15-year-old girl, and she was killed in 1995. Her body was discovered in 1996, March of 1996, and she had been raped and murdered.
Oh boy!
But the case, the body hadn't been found for 8 months. But air quotes, friends of hers, Jacob
air quotes.
Jacob Delaschmutt, that's his name.
Okay.
Delaschmutt. But in the rest of the time that we're talking about him, I'm just going to call him Delaschmuck.
All right. Sounds like a plan. We usually come up with crazy nicknames for these assholes, so.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Joseph Fiorella and Royce Casey. They murdered her, and they went back. They all went back after the fact and had necrophilic relations with her.
Oh no! Wait, how long after?
Well, no. I mean, her body was discovered like 8 months later. I mean, they weren't doing it 8 months. They went back like over days, a week.
Oh, okay. So it's not like she was like actually like starting to decompose and shit, and they were like
decompose. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
it's fucked up either way, but still, Jesus.
Right. Royce Casey, in prison, or no, Royce Casey, like shortly after all this happened, he converted to Christianity, as they all do. And he confessed, and he confessed to the killing, and he led the police to the body. So now all three of these chuckleheads are in prison for life. But you know why they killed her?
Because Slayer told them to?
No.
I don't know. We were talking about it, so I don't know.
No. They killed her as part of a satanic ritual because they thought Satan would bless their band and make them famous. They had like a fucking wannabe death metal band.
Oh, I see.
So they thought that if they killed
like the Jennifer's Body story. Did you ever see that movie?
I haven't seen that movie, no.
All right.
But they thought that by killing Elise Marie Pauler, that Satan would bless them and make them famous.
I see.
And I'm wanting to say that I've heard like audio of their band. I'm wanting to say that I heard that on another podcast, but it's been a while since I heard that. And I'd forgotten about it because remember when we were talking about that, so I was just like, wasn't Slayer dragged into court? And neither one of us could remember. But I did some digging and I found out they were, and it was this case. It's like, okay, yeah, but I'm thinking that I heard audio of their band. Let's just say you're not going to be famous. I don't care how many people
no matter what.
You're not going to be famous.
So even the fucking devil wants you to stop playing music.
Yeah. Satan's sitting there. It's like, shut the fuck up. He's sitting there in hell. It's like,
yeah, right. Jesus.
How is Slayer involved? Yeah, you hate to talk shit about a grieving parent.
Yeah.
But Elise's parents claim that the Slayer songs Post-Mortem and Dead Skin Mask told them to rape, torture, and murder Elise.
Oh.
They sued them. They sued Slayer. So Slayer was dragged into court. on a civil lawsuit. And like, hey, you wrote a scary song, therefore you're responsible for our child's death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But you know what? You know what the judge said when he threw the case out? Yay, judge, right?
Yes.
Oh, but this is so freaking metal. He said, there's not a legal position that would make Slayer responsible for the girl's death. You might as well just start looking through the library at every book that's on the shelves.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bravo, judge.
Yes. Yes.
But Elisa's parents, they doubled down. And they sued Slayer again, saying that they knowingly distributed harmful materials to minors.
I'm sorry, what?
They knowingly distributed harmful material to minors.
I don't even know what to say to that, but okay. Thank God that was dismissed. That was dismissed.
It was dismissed, and you know what? This judge, it was a different judge, but he was also metal.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He said, I do not consider Slayer's music obscene, indecent, or harmful to minors.
Wow. Good on him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Is their music offensive? Is it aggressive? Are their lyrics like deep and dark and demented? Yes.
Yes.
But
it is. No, it is.
Yeah, absolutely they are. And it's just like, I've said, I think I said before on our Norwegian black metal episode, I think I said before, it's like, I wasn't a fan of Slayer, but I respect them for what they did. I mean, they were a good band.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
dude, I love
their
Slayer,
music
man.
their music didn't really speak to me. It's just like, I like Metallica, Anthrax, and Megadeth, but yeah, it just never. And how did Megadeth not get hauled into court? I mean, some of their songs, like My Darkest Hour, I'm surprised some fucking defense attorney didn't, pounce on that song about being like.
Yeah, dude, but In My Darkest Hour is like, that's a bashing of your family and friends. It's like, because he's like, dude, in my hour of need, you weren't there.
Right.
So I mean, I'm sure they listened to it. Everybody went, we ain't gonna make that one stick.
Right. Well, what about a Tout Le Monde?
A Tout Le Monde?
Yeah.
What? Song for the World?
You haven't heard that song by Megadeth?
A Tout Le Monde? Yeah, that's French. You know what it means in French?
Yeah, it means basically to all. All right, tell us.
Hold on, let me get it right, because a Tout Le Monde, as far as I know.
But if you listen to that song, if you listen to the lyrics of that song, you could say that it sounds like a suicide note. You could say that, but that's not how Dave Mustaine wrote it. That wasn't what his intentions were. It was a death note, yeah, but it was a goodbye note from somebody that was like on his way out. It wasn't a suicide. It wasn't like a suicide note. But I'm surprised they didn't get it. Yeah, like hauled up into court over that song. It's a beautiful fucking song too. I mean, it's not like. It's not like typical.
Dude, all right.
Megadeth
in French, dude, a Tout Le Monde means all the world. Right? I don't know how that could be fucking considered. Unless he's saying "fuck you" to all the world. I don't know. I mean, I've heard the song like once or twice.
Well, he says like, these are the last words I'll ever speak. A Tout Le Monde, I don't speak French, but these are the last words I'll ever speak, and they'll set me free. You can make the case that it kind of sounds like a suicide note, but it's not. If you really listen to it, it's just basically, it's just like, I'm on my way out.
Yeah.
And these are my last messages to you. And I want that song played at my funeral.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, it's just,
But,
a tout le monde is like, yeah, for the world. I mean, so maybe it's like, okay, for the world to hear, I guess. I could see that. But you know what I mean?
Song,
you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like...
But still, that song came out in the 2000s, so the Satanic Panic was over.
Well, as far as that shit goes, but yeah.
It had been hit pause.
Yeah, I mean, as far as what we're talking about, yeah.
Right. So, Jacob Dilleschmuck said in an interview that Slayer's music is destructive, but that's not why Elise was killed. He says that Joe Fiorulla was obsessed with her and obsessed with killing her.
I see.
So it's just like, okay, these dickwads are freaking turning on each other and everything. It's like, oh, we at least he went to bat for Slayer.
Well, yeah. You know, you can't fault the guy.
Right, he didn't. He's still a piece of shit. Della Schmuck.
Yeah, anyway.
Moving forward Marilyn Manson. He was tied to the Columbine with Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were Marilyn Manson fans and everything, and it's just like they blamed Marilyn Manson for that.
Yeah, because he says very clearly in every one of his songs to go out and shoot up a fucking high school full of innocent people.
Yeah,
you know, dude, you know what? I don't remember ever hearing Marilyn Manson say anything like that.
No, but they blamed him. You know, it's like the media and the holy rollers and stuff like that blamed him for it and everything, trying to point the finger. But still, how many? You know, that happened in the 90s. How many freaking sadistic horror movies had been released at that point? Thousands.
All of them. I mean, dude, you know, by at that point, like the late 80s, early 90s, all the horror movies have been done. Ever since then, they've just been either remaking them very badly or just copying them straight out.
Right. And then the next original genre was the torture porn thing, which Dee Snider started with.
Strangeland. Yes, that movie is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Dee Snider started the whole, that was like the last original genre with the torture porn and stuff like that. And then you got like movies like Hostel and stuff like that just like expanded on it and everything. Yeah. And the beginning of Hostel 2, it's got a freaking, it's got the people from Hostel, the people from the death camp or whatever it was, like searching down the guys that escaped from it, and he like slices his head open with a fucking sword or something like that, and of course there's a cat sitting on his shoulder eating his fucking brain.
Yeah.
I had to include that part just for you, Tom.
I know. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, dude, fucking Strangeland was, dude. I mean, like seriously, that was at the time it came out was the most original horror film ever.
Yeah, it was, and he took his song Captain Howdy about about a freaking clown, and and I'm sure that he took inspiration from John Wayne Gacy. Oh wait, this was. Nah. He took inspiration from John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, he may have.
Yeah. At first, I was thinking the date lines didn't match up, but no, that John Wayne Gacy did what he did like prior to Captain Howdy.
But also too, that's I mean, that was the name of his character in Strangeland, but he was far from a clown.
Right. Right.
Dude,
but,
he was
had
like
to make
really
it more
into
creepy.
the body modification and shit, dude. I mean, he took it to what was currently popular at the time.
But he called himself Captain Howdy.
He did, yeah. I mean, that was his character. I mean, his character in Strangeland was based off of the song which was probably based on, but he wasn't a clown in the movie. He was definitely
the clown, and he's a clown in the song Captain Howdy, which was probably based off of John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah. Anyway, we digressed again.
No.
Fuck.
Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up.
Are we done?
No, we're not done.
Well, you said we're gonna wrap it up.
One more. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up with this final segment, which is probably the biggest elephant in the room when it comes to all of this, because innocent people were freaking put in prison for something because of the fucking satanic panic.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm talking about the West Memphis Three.
Yes.
May 5th of 1993, 3 8-year-old boys, Steve Branch, Michael Moore, and Chris Byers, were found murdered behind a truck stop in West Memphis, Arkansas, and they were found in a stream and were. Yeah, I'm like really condensing this because eventually we're gonna cover the West Memphis Three on this podcast.
Yes,
but yeah, so they were found in a stream. They were mutilated. They had been strung up like hogtied and everything. And a man had come into a nearby Bojangles restaurant, and he was covered with blood. And but they cleaned the bathroom when the guy went in and tried to. They basically just washed away everything. Yeah, just because the freaking Bojangles manager was probably like, okay, well, we got to clean that shit up, right?
Yeah, well, dude, it's a restaurant. You can't have fucking, yeah. No, I understand that.
Yeah, but they didn't take into consideration that it was a fucking crime scene.
Well, they did.
They could have been a crime scene.
But at the same time, though, they don't know that. I mean, dude, he's got to keep the restaurant clean, or somebody will complain about that to the health department and get him shut down.
But more than likely, Mr. Bojangles was the fucking murderer. And, this case remains unsolved. I mean, it's just like we're not... Yeah, it's just like I don't want to do a bunch of unsolved cases on this episode, or on this podcast, because that's not what we're about. We want closure.
Yes.
And it's just you know what? I know that... Okay, there's a bunch of podcasts out there that cover unsolved and everything. I just don't like to listen to them because I don't like to, listen to like all the evidence of a story and everything. And at the end of it, just like, oh, and we don't know who did it.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's not satisfying. I like the fucking payoff and all that stuff. But you know what? God bless you. God bless all the podcasts that cover unsolved, because you know what? It keeps the it keeps the search alive.
It keeps the interest.
People.
It shows interest. Keeps the interest there.
But it's just we're not going to cover very many unsolved episodes, on this podcast.
Yeah.
But it's just nothing wrong with unsolved. That's just not what we're about. We like the fucking closure. We like the fucking
Yes, we love the happy ending.
Right. Well,
yeah, I mean, you could take that however you want.
Yeah, you're going back to the glory hole?
Maybe.
So
we like our stories to have a definitive ending.
Right, exactly. So immediately this case garnered like national media attention and everything.
Yes.
So it's like the people decide, that's like the law enforcement, the courts and everything. It's like, okay, we got to wrap this thing up quick. So local misfit, metalhead, Davian Eccles, he was 18 years old at the time, along with Jason Baldwin, who was 16, and Jesse Muskelly, who was 17. They were all arrested simply because they were bad seeds.
Oh.
Muskelly was interrogated for hours and hours and hours with no lawyer present, no parents present, And he was also mentally challenged.
Oh, so it's very, very illegal.
Very illegal. He confessed. He confessed to doing it. And it's like, all the tapes are, the tapes that are available are on YouTube and whatnot. But he was, but a lot of it was missing. It's like there's gaps. They would shut the tape off. They're like conditioning this like mentally challenged kid to say whatever the fuck they wanted to say.
That's disgusting.
They wanted him to say and everything.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. It is disgusting. It's fucking horrible. Yeah, and it's just like,
dude.
Yeah, and there's something that's just like, well, what time was it? It was at 3:00. What? You mean 5:00? Oh yeah, 5:00.
Yeah.
So
that's what I meant.
That some of that stuff is, but there were chunks of it that were like mysteriously missing.
While they were coaching him what to say.
Right. Yeah, so they turned it off while they were coaching him and everything. They just wanted to wrap this up because, fucking West Memphis, Arkansas and everything. And it's just like, I've been to the fucking truck stop that they were, and that's a really bad area of town.
Yeah.
It's like, that's one of these truck stops, the Loves there, and the Blue Beacon, which this happened behind the Blue Beacon car wash. I think it's on the Lowe's property. I'm not sure. But there's like 4 truck stops right there, on that that like I-40.
Yeah.
On that exit. And, but, it's just like Love's. You walk up there, you're going to get panhandled immediately. I would not feel comfortable, like, parking my truck and staying there overnight. That's how bad this area is, but it's just all of this stuff. I mean, the trial was, and I'm skipping ahead. I mean, when we cover our West Memphis 3 episode, it's probably going to be a multi-part episode, but because there's so much to unpack here. You're getting the Reader's Digest condensed version of it right here.
It's the TV. It's a TV guide version. If you got the TV guide, you don't need a TV.
Right. The trial was a sham. There was no evidence whatsoever connecting Damian Eccles, Jason Baldwin, and Jesse Muskelly to this. To these crimes. There was no freaking evidence at all. They didn't do it. And it's like the trial was basically because, this was at the peak of the Satanic Panic and everything. Damian Eccles liked Metallica and he liked dark things. He was also into Wicca and stuff like that. So, and he also, he had like minor crime, criminal, like crime charges and stuff like that. But, he wasn't a freaking killer. So, but basically they convicted him because of the fact that he liked Metallica, he was into Wicca and all that stuff. They accused him of being a Satanist, and he says in court many times, it's like, I'm not a Satanist.
Yeah.
And in court, he even explains the difference between Satanism and Wicca and why he wasn't, a Satanist and all that stuff.
But I bet they weren't having none of that.
No, of course not. Basically the prosecutors invented a satanic cult and staged witnesses.
Well, yeah, of course.
And I'm going to give you a little bit of a this is just how I envision how the court proceedings went. Mm-hmm. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the case is clear here, and you will see that the defendant is 100% guilty. He freely admits to worshiping Satan due to the satanic music that he loves. The evidence will show that nobody else could have possibly murdered those boys. It's very simple. There are 3 victims here. 3 3. We give them a 3 for each victim. And there are 3 murderers. 3. So we give them 3. You put that together, and you get 666. The number of the beast.
I knew you were going there.
Which is the name of an album and song by Damien's favorite band of all time, Metallica. Guilty.
It's fucking great. Hey, you know what? It's probably not far from the truth.
And the crazy thing is Number of the Beast was an Iron Maiden
Yes,
album.
we all know that. Everybody in their right mind knows that shit. But you know, dude, I don't see what you just did is probably not too far from the truth.
Oh, it's not. I've heard. I mean, it's I obviously fluffed it up, but still.
But anyway,
it's just crazy.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
But they were eventually found guilty, and all 3 of the guys. Damien Eccles was sentenced to death. Jason Baldwin and Jesse Miss Kelly were sentenced to life, but they wound up because of a lot of things that I'm about to cover. They were able to enter an Alfred plea, which basically an Alfred plea is just like, you say that we're guilty, we say that we're not. We're going to overturn we're not going to overturn your conviction. You're still guilty, but we're going to let you out.
I see.
So they're still guilty. But, and, it's like Jason Baldwin, he didn't want to do the Alfred plea because he's like, I'm innocent. I didn't do this shit. But, yeah, it's like the time was ticking on Damien. He had gotten the death penalty.
Yeah.
So he's just like, okay, all right, I'll do it to save Damien. And, and then and what spearheaded all of this was, it's just like a bunch of bands like Pearl Jam, Henry Rollins, L7, Disturbed, Steve Earle, even, and many more just rallied to the cause of, like free the West Memphis 3, they're innocent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
HBO did a 3-part documentary about the whole thing called Paradise Lost, and Metallica gave their permit. Like the soundtrack of that documentary is Metallica music. They use like Orion, and among other songs like Fade to Black,
right,
and everything. And it's just and after they were out. After they were released and everything, Peter Jackson of Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Yeah, Damien Eccles is an extra in one of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't know which one. We'll cover that in our episode and everything. And it's just, he's become an author and everything. He's become a, an outspoken activist and everything for, like innocent victims' rights and stuff like that. And, and trying to get people. But to this day, they won't, like the state of Arkansas, they're like, like denying evidence and everything. They're like losing evidence and all that stuff and everything. It's a freaking witch hunt.
Well, yeah.
And to this day, that case is, it's marked as solved because of the fact that, hey, they're guilty.
Right,
even though they're out, they're guilty. But meanwhile, the person who actually did this is still walking around. And the person that actually did this came in to a fucking Bojangles. And it's like, that's just what I think. I mean, it's unsolved.
Yeah.
It's like, I consider this an unsolved case.
Yeah.
Because the people that were convicted of it were railroaded just for a fucking spectacle. And it's so fucking ridiculous. But, let's fast forward to now. In season 4 of Stranger Things, the character Eddie Munson.
Eddie.
Yeah, he was based on Damien Eccles. Because what happened, spoiler alert, there was this girl that was killed by, like, the creatures. that are in, Stranger Things and everything. And they blamed Eddie Munson for it because he was there. And they did this witch hunt to find him and all that stuff. And Damien Eccles said that he fucking loved that character, and he said in an interview, he's just like when I knew that there was going to be something where he's going to play guitar, but when I heard the opening licks of Master of Puppets, I was like, oh fuck yeah,
dude! I remember when they just showed the trailer for that, dude, and people were going nuts. Like, what song is he playing? What is it, dude? And people like watching, like zooming in on the clips to see what his fingers are doing. Everybody's like, I think it's Master of Puppets, dude. I think he's playing Master of Puppets.
Yeah, I didn't do all that, and I didn't see any of that, but when I heard it was going to be a Metallica song, I thought it was going to be Call of the Cthulhu.
That would have been cool, but yeah.
It would have fit better than Master of Puppets, but it wouldn't have had the freaking drawl that Master of Puppets had.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Now we're wrapping up now. After all of that, the Satanic Panic is still, it's still alive and well, except I'm going to call it the dumbass panic.
Right?
Because you've got these freaking 20-year-old freaking idiots, like on TikTok and everything, that are trying to cancel everybody and everything for, whatever. They're like the fucking moral police and everything, and they're trying to fucking cancel Metallica because of shit that they did and said back in the freaking 80s.
Yeah, dude, and the person that posted this video, I know this video well.
Wasn't even born yet.
Wasn't even born then, so she has no fucking right to be saying a goddamn thing. And also, people have dug into her, because she left her Spotify playlist open in her fucking profile. People have gone in there, dude. She has Metallica songs in her fucking Spotify profile, in her Spotify list or playlist. So she's being a fucking hypocrite to get her fucking 15 minutes of fame.
Right. And you know what? It is backfiring.
Yes.
Because you know what? You can't kill Metallica.
You can't kill Metallica. You can't cancel Metallica, dude. None of us the true fans aren't going to let that happen. You fucking fucks that just discovered Metallica because of fucking Stranger Things and think you can do this shit are fucking full of shit, dude. We were there, dude. We've been there, dude. I went through my hate Metallica phase when Lars got all fucking hoity-toity and fucking sued Napster. When Metallica, as a band, when they were starting out, encouraged fans to bootleg their shows and pass shit around, dude. And then here he goes like, oh, no, dude. Well, I'm not doing nothing right now because James is off at rehab, and we're just kind of fucking sitting around. So I guess I'm going to sue Napster and become the most hated man in rock and roll.
He's still a damn good drummer, and a lot of people hate on him about his drums, but you know what? The same people that are hating on him about his drums were loving on him before all that shit.
Oh, yeah, dude. Everybody picks on Lars, but, because he's a short little fucking Danish dude that used to play tennis.
But you can't. You're not canceling Metallica.
Fuck.
Nobody's canceling
you can't
Metallica.
Do that, dude. They are way too powerful.
Even before all of these little, all of these young people found out about Metallica thanks to Stranger Things. And you know what? I'm not knocking people that found out about Metallica because of Stranger Things.
Master of Puppets is in the fucking
love
top 10 in the fucking Billboard charts right now because of Stranger Things.
I know. And you know what? I fucking loved it. I fucking loved that a bunch of new people are coming in and discovering Metallica. Metallica's fucking great. Yeah. And they, but it's just like even before Stranger Things, Metallica was still selling out stadiums, not arenas, stadiums, on their own. Yeah, there's no canceling Metallica. Metallica is not going to be canceled just because some little fucking twerp just got butt hurt and is trying to get their 15 minutes of fame out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
At the end, in the notes, there's going to be our website link. It has all the episodes on all the platforms and everything. It has links to my music, and it has links to Todd's music and everything like that. And if you, I'll let you say that part. I'm trying to condense it because our episodes are getting long these days.
Whatever. The link's there. Go to it. If you like my band, we're playing. Our schedule's up there. If you happen to be in an area where we're playing, come see us. Say hi. Tell me you listen to the show, and I'll buy you a beer.
Right. All right, and next week, you know what? I mean, we said that we were going to cover, we were going to wait to cover the heavy hitters, but you know what? We're going to cover a heavy hitter next week. We're going to cover Ed motherfucking piece of shit, sick fuck, Gein.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So.
The inspiration for Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's it. We're going to cover, we're going to cover him. And until next time, later.
Cheers, everybody.